Alright guys, so we got the whole front end of the Versa taken apart. So if you saw my last video, saw I was in a little bit of an accident. Nothing major, just enough to, let's put the stuff back together still. Just enough that I needed to buy a couple parts. Replaced the radiator bracket here. I broke a couple of the tabs in the headlight, so I just bought a new one. And that's really it. Oh, I bought a new hood. So you can see this hood here is nice and black. This one is silver. We'll see the damage there. Not too bad. But so, what I've done today is I've just been swapping all the parts over. And while I was at it, I decided to do some wire tucking. So you can see this is like the headlight loom. This goes down for the fog light, which is not installed right now, but will be installed. That actually might need to move. But we'll see. So, I did some wire tucking. So what I did was there's a big loom that goes right along the side here. You can't really see it. Yeah, we go right along the side there. So I took that loom, popped it up here, goes right in behind the fender, right through there. So now it's out of sight, out of mind. I just don't have to look at it. I did the pretty much same thing over on this side. There was a big loom that went, you can see it went down that clip to that clip, and then down here. So we got again the headlights, fog light, a couple things like the horn was attached to that loom, some sort of sensor thing here. I don't know what that is. Something that does something with the AC. But so just took all those, hit them. All I did was I unbolted the fender here, the top bolts. Just pulled it up enough to get the wire loom through. I rebolted it up. Because I am not using most of the factory clips, I've zip tied to make sure everything stays in place. Those are all zip tied. And another thing I found out today, when they fixed this side of my car, when it rolled, for one, they welded in a new bumper mount, it looks like, I think. Because it's a different color than that side, and it looks different too. So I'm guessing that side's different. Because that one's painted a different color. But so anyways, when they did that, you can see that spot right there. I tried to drill through it. That is where the cold air intake would normally bolt through. And they covered it when they replaced this side of the car. So unfortunately for me, that means that I cannot bolt my cold air intake in there. So instead, you see this, all these zip ties here. That's just to hold it in place, make sure it doesn't go anywhere. It's not the greatest solution, but it's what I had, and it's what I could do. It's better than letting it hang freely, I guess. So, you know, you do what you do. You gotta do what you gotta do. Make it work. Other than that, everything's going pretty well. I haven't run into any major problems. The replacement radiator bracket doesn't have a hole for this, so I'm gonna drill one. Not a big deal. Other than that, everything looks good. But we're going to make sure everything works in a minute here. And gonna go for a little drive with no front end. So I'll be back in a little bit. Okay guys, so one of the things I'm doing while I'm out of here, I've got the whole bumper off. These guys right here, these things that hold the bumper to the splash guard, in my opinion, the biggest pain in the ass in the world. I hate them. They don't work half the time. They break. They rust up. You can see these are really rusty. So I'm just going to get rid of all these. They're trash in my opinion. And I'm just going to wire tie it. Wire ties cost like 5 cents a piece. So even if I have to take the bumper off a couple times in the future, it's still not going to kill me. All I'm going to have to do that is drill an extra hole through here, through the splash guard, the splash tray. I'm going to have to drill an extra hole through the bottom of the bumper. While I'm talking about wire ties, let me show you what I did with the front of the bumper here. Bear with me. Here we go. Went for a little bit of a cleaner install here. And so instead of using the, where'd it go? Right here. Instead of using my broken license plate frame, it was broken the day I got it. Or it came broken, not I broke it the day I got it. So instead of using that, I'm wire size. It's solid. It's not going anywhere. I'm not too worried about it. It's just a license plate. Most people don't have front license plates anyways. So, not worried. Put my fog lights back in. I was missing one of the screws that hold them in the back, but I did find one that matched. Or it was the same thread pitch. So I luckily I didn't have to go to buy one. So those are back in. I'm going to have to adjust them to make sure they're the right height though. But other than that, it's coming along good. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a headlights back in. So I'll be back to you in a minute with that. Alright guys, so she's all done, all fixed. Bumper's attached. Yeah, we ended up with a gap here. Small gap. Doable. There's a little bit of gap around the headlight. Not so much up top, on bottom there is. And there's a little bit of gap in front of the headlights, but I had that before, because when they installed my new bumper, after I hit the deer, they like shaved it down. I don't know if you can see that. They shaved it down. It hasn't really ever fit right. So I'm not too worried about that. This side's perfect. As perfect as we're gonna get. I'm not that worried about it. I still have a few more clips to install in the fender wells, but for the most part, she's all done. So you can see that license plate there. Fog lights are in, everything works. I'm going to have to adjust the beams, but that's why I still haven't put some of the clips in. You can kind of see what I was talking about now. None of those wires that were back there are visible now, and before they were all visible. So now we've got a little bit cleaner engine bay, not so much, but a little bit. Close the hood, you can see that. Ready? Ready? Ta-da! Looks pretty sweet, right? There's a gap here, because there's a crease in the fender. Right there. Yeah. So we'll work on that later. I'll pull the fender in a bit, but this side's perfect. You know, looks pretty good. I kind of like it because the black hood goes into the black grill. Doesn't look too bad. So I'm enjoying it. I think it came out fairly well, all things considered. Here's the old radiator bracket. You can see where that got dented in pretty good right there. It was probably usable, but whatever. Bought a new one. It's not going to kill me. It was only $40 for the new one. All the lights work, everything works, so good to go. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you later.